Hello there, welcome to another kitchen talk. I'm in my little kitchen where I work, where I don't cook. And the story that I want to talk to you about doesn't take place in a kitchen. It takes place in a tomb. One of his closest friends named Lazarus had died. Lazarus' sisters were Mary and Martha. They were hacked off because Jesus hadn't come for 4 days and they had already sent news to him. And their feeling was if he had just gone ahead and come when they called for him, then he could have healed Lazarus and he never would have died. So Mary's in the house upset. She's not even watching for Jesus. Martha's out on the road watching for Jesus. And Jesus arrives what they think is 4 days late. Really, what we know is that Jesus arrived not to heal, but to do a miracle. Jesus had waited because he was ready to show up and show out with this miracle. So they take him to the tomb and he tells them to roll the stone away. And they argue with him because they're saying Lazarus' body had been in there too long, it wasn't going to smell good, all those things. And Jesus just says, roll the stone away from the tomb. And so when they do, Jesus calls Lazarus' name and he says, Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus, come out of the tomb. And Lazarus does. Lazarus walks out of the tomb and all of that burial cloth and all, and Jesus tells the folks that are gathered around and Mary and Martha to take the burial cloths, the strips of linen off of Lazarus because he's come back to life. Now, wouldn't it have been interesting if Jesus had called, Lazarus, come out of the tomb, and there was quietness for a minute, and then they had all heard this voice calling back, no, I like it in here. It's safer here. What if Lazarus had refused to come out of the tomb? Well, because that's what he'd gotten used to, just hanging around dead things, just really being sedentary, not being challenged, not having to deal with life. And we do that sometimes. We have a Savior who offers us new life every day, who says, come out of that tomb of disappointment. Come out of that tomb of shame and regret about a failed marriage. Come out of that tomb of grief and misery because your dreams didn't work out the way that you wanted them to. Come out of that tomb of where you need to forgive someone or your heart needs to be forgiven by someone. Come out of that tomb that's stripping all your joy away, whether that's a job that's not making you happy, that's not fulfilling your purpose, whatever it is. Jesus every day says to us, whatever your name is, come forth, come out of the tomb. And often we say, no, I'm going to stay right where I am. And we expect things to change, and we tend to the grave. We stay in the tomb, and life just passes us by. So today, if you've got a part of your life, a circumstance, a place in your life, a relationship, a dream, a habit that's really a tomb for you, that's a place of death, that's no longer life-giving for you, Jesus may be standing at the edge of that, saying, whatever your name is, come out of that tomb. I have new life waiting for you. Why hang around the death of all that? I can bring you life again. So listen for that voice today and just don't argue with Jesus. When Jesus says, come out of that tomb of disappointment, out of that tomb of shame, out of that tomb of blame, out of that tomb of whatever it is, walk out. Have the courage to walk out and know that Jesus will carry you after that. Okay, that's the end of this kitchen talk, my friend. Bye-bye. I'll talk to you later.